Today we're going to be doing a quick and easy little DIY to turn a regular Hot Wheels car into a keychain to match the car that you drive every day. So as you guys know, I recently bought an R53 Mini and I was lucky enough to stumble across a red original Mini Cooper at Walmart, just walking through, happened to notice it and had to pick it up. I was already looking at minis on eBay and they were like $5 or $6. This was $1 like all Hot Wheels always have been. And all you're going to need to turn this into a keychain like I have for my other cars is these little tiny eyelets. Unfortunately, it's really difficult to find these with any sort of traditional thread pitches. So even though I have a tap and die set and I could drill and tap the Hot Wheels and make a perfect little eyelet, unfortunately, usually these are just out of a coarse thread screw designed for wood, but they are stainless steel and it's only $1 for 4 of them. So the first pack made it through these cars and a couple keychains I made for my dad and my brother. Sometimes you'll get lucky, and like on the Porsche I did for my dad, there was some plastic back here that made it perfect to drill into, and most of them it's gonna be metal, but these have both lasted on here for multiple years of use. Obviously, they've seen a little bit of abuse. This is my daily key, so all of the extra little M paint has been washed off. This 2002 that went on my E39, because unfortunately, they do not make an E39 Hot Wheels. I tried and tried, I could not find one. And then for the 350Z, they actually did have a 350Z, and I was able to make it look like my car with my 380 RS livery on there. So they've both turned out really well. I've been really happy with them. They make my keys a lot more fun. It just makes it a little bit more enjoyable every day grabbing for my keys. So we're going to do the same thing for the Mini. The only other items you're going to need is I like to put a little bit of super glue on the threads. I love this super glue gel control. You squeeze these two little sides here and the super glue comes out, and instead of being the super liquidy super glue you're used to, this has a little bit more viscosity to it, almost like maple syrup. It takes a bit longer to dry, but it's a lot easier to control where it goes, and it'll take up a bit bigger gaps. So that's been helpful, because I have had to re-glue the one on my E39 key, I think once. So it does help keep it on there. The mechanical threads are gonna help with pulling, but the super glue is gonna help to keep this from backing out over time. And then of course you're gonna need a drill to drill the hole, and really that's it. So based on these specific eyelets, which is number 212, part number 464339 at Home Depot, I'm using a 3/32 drill bit, and I'm gonna drill back where the license plate little cutout is. The metal used in these Hot Wheels is hardly what I would call a hard metal. It's pretty soft, so just let the drill bit do the cutting. You only get one shot at this, so you don't want to destroy the back of the car. You're going to have to buy another one, and there's usually only one of each type of car at the store. So just take your time, let the drill do the work. So we have our hole drilled. So a test fit to make sure that it's large enough. So it's just barely starting to thread in. So what we'll do is thread it in as far as I can, apply a small dab of the super glue, and we'll be done. One thing to note is you want it to be horizontal. So you want the circle to be horizontal so that when your keys lay flat, the car lays flat. Whereas if it was sideways, the keys are still wanting to lay flat and the car is going to want to torque a little bit. It's not going to lay as smoothly in your pocket. Whereas when I hold the key to place it in my pocket, everything folds up nice and flat and easily fits into my pocket. It makes it a lot more comfortable for you, and it makes it look better when you sit it down. So I've got it screwed in as far as I can by hand, and using this screwdriver for some leverage, I'm going to screw it in one more time until it's horizontal. So it's not going anywhere. It has no movement, but I'm still going to give it a dab of the super glue. So super glue just gives a little bit of extra security. And here's our finished product. It took us less than $5 worth of supplies and less than 10 minutes of time. And we have a custom keychain that we can apply to any car or really any object. If you're in the airplanes and you have a little model plane or a boat or whatever that you think is significant that was not originally a keychain, you can now turn into a keychain for your car and have something unique that no one else has. And like I said, I made one of these for my dad and for my brother for Christmas, and they loved them. My dad always wanted a 911, so I made him a 911. My little brother has a BMW like I do, so I made him a BMW Ava M2. So there's a lot of things you can do with this. It's a great little fun way to customize your car. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week.